Hello, welcome to this slideshow and review about the Guadalupe Peak Trail. The purpose of this video is not so much a report about my trip, but a photo review of the trail to help you decide if you want to take this adventure and what to expect if you do. It is a strenuous trail with more than 3,000 feet of elevation gain over about 4.2 miles each way. The trailhead is near the main campground in the Guadalupe Mountains National Park. As you can see, there is a lot of desert vegetation. The climb starts very quickly after the trail begins. At first, there are some steps to make it a bit easier. The sun will be beating down on you if you climb in the morning on a clear day. You will mostly be in the shade if you descend in the afternoon. You will pass some stunning desert landscape scenery that will only get more impressive as you climb. I calculated that the average grade of the trail is about 12 or 13 degrees. Obviously it is more in parts and less in parts. I practiced on a treadmill before the trip, using a 15-degree grade and going about 2.5 miles an hour, carrying a heavy book bag, non-stop for over a half an hour. I highly recommend doing this 3 or 4 times before your trip if you are not in great shape. Looking back here, the views are getting much more expansive. Fortunately, the trail is not terribly rough terrain. There are a few roots and other things to trip over, for example. There are many switchbacks. Here is one of them. You see a few colorful wildflowers along the trail. This part is a bit rougher, but still okay compared to some other trails I've been on. Parts of it go by some rock formations. You have to watch out a bit here, and there is a good cliff to the side, but nothing too scary. It is not a sheer 90-degree drop. And another turn. And another. Here we reach a nice shady alcove with a view. Great spot for a rest. A switchback with a good drop next to it. Not as scary as it looks. After this bit of climbing, we start to get into a wooded area with some shade. Nice change. And you'll even see a small bit of fall foliage. For photography nerds, all of these pictures were taken with a Canon EOS 60D with an EFS 1022 lens. An ultra-wide zoom lens will certainly be your preferred gear for this trip. Carry at least a gallon of water and or hydration sports drink. You will need it. Getting more exposed again. And another bit of rough trail. You still have some more and bigger trees up here than below, and great views. An easy switchback. A bit more shade. And here we start to get into a meadow area. Now we get to an area with a more sheer drop-off. Fortunately, they put guardrails on the worst part. The scary part is not too scary and not too long. I had been told before the trip that there would be issues with a sheer drop-off on the side of the trail. As one who can panic about that sort of thing, I did not find that to be the case. Great views continue as you climb. Keep in mind that it can get very windy up here. Another nice wooded area. Starting to approach the top now, but it's still a bit to go. And the landscape gets more bare and rocky again. And here was a bit of a surprise. I got here and thought the trail ended. Turns out you have to maneuver your way across these rocks. This for me was the scariest part. The final winding of the trail. This was also a bit scary. The final approach to the top. And you made it! Here is the monument, which has a register book you can sign. The views are pretty great. And then you head back down, which in a way is more difficult than climbing, especially in the places that are not smooth. You have to be very careful when stepping down some of these rocks. I hope this tour has been very helpful and enjoyable. Thanks for watching.